Reveal by Klein 2015. Hello best friends. In this video I'm going to show you the most powerful fragrances on the market and some of the most affordable fragrances on the market, all balled into one. This fragrance video is going to be packed with information with all kinds of titles, and when I mean powerful, it means they perform and they project, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be compliment getters, but as this list is constructed from good to great, the great ones, all the analytics are put together, are at the end of the video. You know what I mean? So at the end of the video, you got the most affordable, strongest projecting, most complimented fragrance coming up. Also, this video is packed with information on tips on how to make your fragrance last longer. And we start with 2015's Reveal by Klein, which is a beautiful, fruity, resinous fragrance that just lasts forever. Quick story. You know, when you go to a restaurant, the chefs that go there, they work from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. A chef bought this, sprayed it, and told me his story that it wouldn't leave his jacket. And he, you know, sometimes they sweat, hopefully not in your food. And the fragrance lasted, projected, and he gets compliments from the waitress staffs and the hostess with the mostest. What a fabulous fragrance for starting for number one. By the way, shout out to Dion. He's the commenter viewer of the day. All of you are the viewers of the day, but this one particularly because he comments first. He's on all the content I put out. He even goes to the websites and buys things. Thank you. Respect to you, Dion. While we're at it, we're going to ask you the question of the day, because people will come on here trying to look for the cheapest, most powerful fragrances on the market. Can you comment down below some that you know about? So that way, you who's looking for the most powerful, cheapest fragrances on the market can look in the comments below, and we'll have a massive list going. Next up, we got a niche fragrance I just want to show you about because it's so cheap and affordable now. It was $400 and I found it a lot cheaper. I want to show you that one. I'm going to show you a lot of $25 fragrances coming up after that. Some powerful fragrances. I'm going to show you that the definition of affordable might be over $40. I'll show you one of those that just is the most complimented, strongest, longest lasting fragrance too. And then again at the end of the video, we'll go back down to the cheapest, longest lasting, most affordable, most complimented fragrances. One thing I really love about the CK Reveal is the nectar agave, almost like a peach type fruit note, but it does have a pear note in it, and it's just this nectar resinous feeling, kind of like a caramely feeling, but not caramely. It's this sweet citrus type resin going on. And for a similar scent, cheaper, based on similar notes, this thing's already only $29. You can try to find this on eBay or something for 15, 20 bucks. It's called CK1 Red. It was a similar scent based on notes. What you have here is the pear, you have the tonka beans, you have the vetiver, same as this, but this lasts 6 times longer than this. My name is Christian O, fragrance lover since 1996. Back in the early 2000s, all I used to wear was Bond No. 9. I was like a crazy snob like that. Now, of course, I'm on a budget because I quit my job and I started a website that sells fragrances. The links are down below, and we sell these cool little scent sprayers, and thank you very much for supporting everyone that has. Next up is a Bond No. 9 fragrance that was 2018 release called New Bond Street, and it's $385 all the way through 2019. In late 2019 it started dropping to $150. Now I found it on Amazon $107. The same year that this came out, Aqua di Gio Absolute came out. This thing is a similar fragrance to Bond No. 9 I Love New York, the one that came in the black bottle with the big heart, I Love New York. It's very similar to this, like 90%, it just has different woods. The thing has extreme projection. I have a small young girl that helps me in assistance and like secretarial work and things like that, and I wore this the other day, and she never compliments anything. She's kind of quiet, keeps to herself, and she finally this time she goes, "Ooh, what are you wearing?" while wearing this fragrance. It's a sweet gourmand, which means like a dessert fragrance. Chocolate, coffee, very good CIs, which means a scent trail. When you're walking around, you run back upstairs, people can still smell you downstairs, type thing like that, and it projects well. And the price just dropped severely for 3.4 ounces. This is a good go buy. If you like sweet fragrances with a nice touch of woods, it's just phenomenal. Compliment getter. 3 tips to make your fragrance last longer. Number 1, if you have oily skin, like the Italian chef I was just talking about. He's Italian, he's got oily skin, he sweats a lot. That kind of fragrance will stick to your skin like bees on honey. Tip number 2, the flip side, if you have dry skin, fragrances that people hype and tell you they're the most powerful fragrance might not even work, like a Tom Ford Tuscan leather that allegedly could last 12 hours. On someone with very, very dry skin, it might only last 1 or 2 hours because it absorbs it so fast. So the solution to that is put on some lotion if you want to make it stick longer. And the third tip is don't spray in spots where you sweat a lot. For me, I sweat a lot on my forehead, so I don't spray my forehead or my underarms. But some people sweat coming down their neck or their backs or what have you. So don't spray on those hot spots. The fragrance won't do good on that because it's always exerting fragrance. And here's a special bonus tip for you too. If you want to make your fragrance last even longer, spray it, wait minimum 15-20 minutes, as long as up to 2 hours, and spray again, like right on top of where you sprayed, and that can double the length. And it happens very good with these cheaper fragrances as well. In case you didn't know, just because a fragrance is low in price doesn't mean it sucks or doesn't last long. And some fragrances that are so heavy, other fragrances smell very expensive, and they're cheap fragrances that smell expensive, like these two here by Nathalie Lorson. What you have here is a $25 Lalique Aqua Noir and Lalique Aqua Noir à l'extrême. This one is so dark and smoky, it's not even funny. These both fragrances by Nathalie Lorson, who's a famous perfumer who's made countless hits for every single brand name you can think of, Christian Dior, and I can't even think of all the brands she's worked for, makes these, and she does Bentley too. These two fragrances are excellent. They're strong, some of the strongest performing, most affordable fragrances on the market. But you have to know that, are they the most complimented fragrance? Maybe not. How do you wear this fragrance then? Well, you want to wear it. Sometimes a guy tells me he wears it to a suit, going to church, and he gets compliments. Same with that John Barbatos Rebel line that he has. Boozy, smoky, leathery, dark, vetiver type, woody fragrance. That's what you got here. Very, very unique, very, very special. Again, dark. And if you're not looking for that, again, you have to wear this type of fragrance and figure out how to get the compliments. Otherwise, you just wear it for yourself. Coming up next is the longest lasting, cheapest, freshest newbie on the market, and it makes you feel good. And what's it called? Chrome Aqua Edition 2019, brand new release. Longest lasting, most affordable fragrance, and it's called Chrome Aqua. What, have you ever heard of Azzaro Chrome from the old days? This is the Aqua Edition. It's got basil, pear, mint. It's very natural smelling, yet fresh, oceanic, aquatic blue fragrance. And that mint gives it some zestiness, and it lasts a super long time, and it just simply makes you feel good. And on the flip side of this, if you want something that's really sweet and powerful, then the most powerful, cheapest fragrance on the market's coming up in just a moment. 1996, Chrome came out. Then I just talked about this 2019 Chrome Aqua. Back to 1996 again. Angel Man, Amen it's called. It's by Terry Mugler. Patchouli, honey, sweet, almost a gourmandy fragrance. Incredible. One squirt lasted me 12 hours. And back then when they used to do it, I couldn't even take half a squirt. It was so engulfing, it would give me headaches. You had to be prepared and committed to wear it. It still can act like that. Don't overspray this. Don't spray it twice. Don't do any of the tips I told you, because you don't need to. And it was just such a good year that this came out. The original formula that came out in 96. You had Lacoste Booster, Curve, Versace, Dreamer. All those Hall of Fame fragrances came out that year, and this one too. I found out that this Amen uses a synthetic note now called cinnamol, which gives it a aroma of cinnamon. It also has a coumarin note, which can be like fresh cut hay. And in this instance, the way they produce all the notes, it comes out very vanillic and sweet. So you're thinking about all these notes to give you the world-class Hall of Fame Amen. And now the #1 fragrance, beast mode fragrance here. It's called Modest Un by Afnan. This thing was insane. At first, I was just not caring about it. But then when I test a fragrance, one shot on my hand, one spray, and I go out in the public and I'm walking a dog and getting a compliment with all this COVID, the things around your mouth, all that stuff, and they say, "Hey, you smell really good." And a lady's 30 feet away walking her dog telling me that. I'm like, man, this thing is a projection beast. A sillage scent trail, enormous. It's just like, boom, nuclear. Again, if you have that dry skin, you might spray it a couple more times. Then the lady proceeded to tell me she could still smell it 15 feet away. Even as I'm walking away, she was like, "I really smell it here. It's so odd." And I said, "Yeah, that is odd." So anyway, they also make this one that's, as of this video, there's 8 left. This is so hard to find. It's called Modest Deux. Modest un, deux. French word 1 and 2. Modest Deux is like orange, saffron, and some florals in it. Oh my God, it's so delicious, so strong. It's like an orange note, not like Neroli, but close. It's almost a bitter orange. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's very masculine. This smells like Dior Sauvage, Eau de Parfum. I thought it smelled like Eau de Toilette. Everyone's buying both of these. This is available, and this one's gonna get sold out soon. And they also make one, I just opened it like 30 seconds ago. Modest Deux for women. Oh my God. Oh my God, it smells so sexy. It smells like a Paco Rabanne Olympia or something sugary, sweet, delicious, fruity, honey type fragrance. Oh my God, does it smell good. Hey, check out this.